Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Do you think a purge night is a good idea?
No.
Do you think people would support a purge night?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll ever actually do this in America?
Some cities already seem to be.
All this and more on Gory Storytime.
Warning. Gory Storytime is a horror movie review show by a son and his dad who thought that letting his 5-year-old watch scary movies was acceptable. If you are offended by horror or talk about blood and gore by a child, or if you don't want horror movies from the 60s through today spoiled, then there is a remote stuck in your couch cushion next to potato chip crumbs. Use it. And of course, parental discretion is advised.
Why? You didn't use any.
Shut up and start the show.
Welcome to Gory Storytime. I'm your host, Jason.
I'm his co-host and his father, Craig. And this week, we're finally getting around to the prequel to the Purge series, The First Purge.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we've done the first 3 as a review.
Probably.
I'd be surprised if we didn't. So go back and check those out if you want. This was the first time we actually watched this one. And then at some point, we got to watch the Forever Purge and the series.
Yeah.
Because we still like them, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Basic premise. This is a time before the Purge existed, and it's the, what was it? The Fathers of Liberty? The Sons of Liberty?
No, it was the New Founding Fathers.
New Founding Fathers, I'm sorry. Yes, correct. The New Founding Fathers was the group that came up as a third party, and their idea was everybody having 12 hours to just go nuts and any crime is legal. They would get to release all their stress and tension, and following that, the rest of the year be well-behaved, good little citizens. Behind the scenes, as we know from the other ones, it was more about, hey, let's get poor people to kill each other, and we'll just hide.
Population control.
Yeah, population control.
Get rid of the
less
poor.
people to have to help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is messed up.
It's bad.
Yeah. And this was just the first one where instead of the whole country, it was just Staten Island.
I believe so, yeah.
In New York. And it was like people could leave ahead of time if they wanted to, but their stuff was probably going to get looted. But the whole point was it was optional at that time, and it was to see if it helped, and if it did, then they were going to make it an annual countrywide thing.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty much the plot.
It's the Purge, but before.
Yeah, it's the First Purge.
Whoa.
It's almost like they knew how to name this one.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we show them the long trailer?
I mean, watch it first.
Yeah, because, we don't want to spoil things for anybody, but,
And it's another one of these movies, but there are definitely things to spoil.
Yeah,
so watch
much.
it first.
And now I guess roll that trailer.
Announcing the commencement of the First Purge.
Tonight allows people a release for all the hatred and violence that they keep up inside them.
This won't bring him back. It won't make you feel any better. Thank you.
It is a night that is defining our country.
Citizens, this will be a tradition we celebrate every year. Join the First Purge.
Isaiah, come say bye.
Go do your thing, sis.
Always.
I'll see you tonight.
People are now calling this controversial experiment of legalized crime the Purge.
Do not purge!
Do not purge!
You and Isaiah, just stay with me during the Purge.
Oh, we're gonna be fine on our own.
We are here with Dr. May Updale. She came up with this experiment. Is the purge a political device?
It is a psychological one. If we want to save our country, we must release all our anger in one night.
Tonight, we'll see the good and evil in everyone.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the First Purge.
Our neighborhood is under siege from a government who doesn't give a shit about any of us.
At the siren, all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 hours.
There's a lot of good people out there who we're gonna have to protect.
All emergency services will be suspended.
We gotta be prepared for anything.
Your government thanks you for your participation.
Parties, you predicted a much higher level of participation.
Human nature does not obey the laws of politics. What the hell is going on?
They all ex-military. Something funky going down, D.
You're sending soldiers into the island disguised as citizens.
This country needs for this to work.
No one's coming to help us. After tonight, nothing will ever be the same again.
They forgot about one thing. They forgot about us.
What have I done?
Run! Stay strong now. I'm coming.
Just remember all the good.
Well, all right.
So, now that you've seen the movie.
No. Yeah, I was just saying to him, basically, the one thing I'll add is there's pretty much 4 groups in this movie. There's the politicians who want this to happen that we see. There's groups of people who want this to happen on the island because they just can't wait to wild out. And then there's a group of people who are peacefully saying, hey, this is bad, it's wrong, let's not do this. And then there's a group of gangbangers who are also opposed to it, but the non-violence thing is out the window with them.
Yeah.
They're willing to violently they'll violently oppose the purge by ending lives of purgers.
Yeah.
All right. I should take those off because I don't need them for reading, and now I'm going to be reading, and that's going to hurt my eyes. Now for why we're really here. To make all these fat stacks of cash that we obviously have, because, I mean, look at our fits. Old, worn out.
Actually, this is like the 3rd time I've ever worn this.
Shut up. He doesn't even have enough for electrolysis. Look at this. Anyway.
I don't even know what the word means.
You don't know what electrolysis is?
Comment
Congrats to
down
the
below.
Bellows Falls school system.
Yeah.
And Brattleboro before that.
Anyway. Was the cutoff, yeah.
We're here to sell products, and the way we do that is by pretending we have a show so that we have a platform for selling things for big companies that truly exist. This week, we make all our money from, Gory Storytime is brought to you by the Don't Trust the Government channel. DTTG only plays movies and shows that have conspiracies and other shady government involvement. Watch shows like The X-Files and 24. Enjoy films like The Manchurian Candidate and Enemy of the State. Warning, viewers of Don't Trust the Government channel have a 95% chance of being added to a watch list just for subscribing. DTTG, because trust is earned. And by
Punch Your Way to Happiness, a self-help book for those who hold in all their anger and trauma. Punch Your Way to Happiness is a simple method of releasing one's anger and stress. When someone decides to be a jerk and crosses the line, Punch Your Way to Happiness will tell you what to do. That's Punch Your Way to Happiness, where we say if they make you pissed, give them the fist.
All right. And I think they needed to rethink that slogan because that sounds like it means something else. But anyway, now we get into the behind-the-scenes information, as Jason mistakenly called it one time, the meat and beef when he meant to say meat and potatoes.
Or the meat and beef of the show.
Right. So I'm going first?
Yes.
All right. Actor Rotimi Paul rode the New York City public subway to his audition for the role of Skeletor in full makeup and costume.
The poster for Halloween 2018 film can be seen in Isaiah's room. Blumhouse Production Company is behind both the new Halloween and the Purge films.
The new Halloween, there's been 3 of them. It took us a little while to get to this one. Tentatively called Purge Island, it was filmed in Buffalo, New York, which doubled as Staten Island.
Yeah. Frank Grillo said in an interview that he would only return if the script is really good, and James DeMonico will have something to do with the movie.
The poster for the film, not this one, but the main one, was a red hat that just said The First Purge on it, as a reference to President Donald Trump's red Make America Great Again hats, which were used throughout his presidential campaign.
Yeah. The First Purge was not directed by...
It was the first one
not directed by James DeMonico, yeah.
It was confirmed on January 30th, 2018, to be titled The First Purge.
At around 21 minutes in the countdown clock, when there is 1 hour to go before the start of the purge, uses film timecode format and not time format. Timecode format uses hours, minutes, seconds, and frames, where a time format would use hours, minutes, and seconds, and hundredths of seconds to express time.
That is odd. In Spain, it was called La Primera Purga, La Noche de las Bestias, or The First Purge, The Night of the Beasts, because the first movie was called The Purge, La Noche de las Bestias. The subtitle turned into the trademark of the saga after it was made into a franchise in all the sequels. Except in The Forever Purge.
That's weird. Despite the fact that the movie was captured spherically at Codex ARRIRAW 2.8K, filmed in Panavision, is listed in the credits.
That's weird. Cinematographer Anastas N. Michos provided additional photography on the Purge election year, 2016.
While Company 3 provided the final finishing touches, this was the first film in the series to not have Stefan Sonnenfeld as the supervising colorist. Tim Stipan, a fellow senior colorist and a colleague of Sonnenfeld's at Company 3, took over the reins. However, Sonnenfeld is credited as executive producer for Company 3.
If you're wondering why so much is happening on Staten Island and there are so many places to hide, it's because the island actually is 60 square miles. And, of course, the film wasn't really filmed there.
At around 46 minutes, Nia barely escapes from being pulled into a floor grate and refers to the attacker as a...
Pea grabber.
Clear reference to one of Donald Trump's controversial remarks prior to being president.
No character from any previous installment returned for this movie.
The first mid-credit scene is a newscast expressing the success of the Purge and how, as early as next year, there could be a nationwide purge, thus setting the stage for the film set later.
Body count. After some examination and a thorough frame-by-frame, as well as rewatching the movie multiple times and a few estimates, by other people, not me, 130 plus kills, which would actually average to a kill every 45 seconds. But that's not how it
didn't happen that
way.
Much like that.
It's just many people.
It's like in the span of 45 seconds, there were probably like 30 at once.
And then others
throughout.
There'd be like 20 minutes without or something.
Right.
Once the killing started, it kind of kept going.
Then it kind of just picked up, yeah. Despite the fan theory and speculation that President Charlene Roan would be assassinated in this film, leaving Minister Edwidge Owens to ascend into the presidency and for the annual purge to resume, this theory was proven to be false once it was revealed that this movie would be a prequel.
Which is one of the reasons I hate film theories by idiots on the internet, even though I've had many of my own.
Yeah,
I just don't put them out there.
Yeah, there was one we were arguing about earlier. It was funny to me.
But that's not pertaining to this.
No.
All right. Now, on a scale... No, we don't do that yet. Here's what I'll say. I know you like the movie, so let's go with the least favorite.
Well, first, Rotten Tomatoes exists.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. You're right.
And they lie. That turns out to be the truth. They are supposed to be a website where they get a bunch of different critics' reviews and solidify it into one average number.
Well,
and it's
not the average number. What it is positive versus negative, and they tell you the percentage that are positive.
Well, okay,
they don't average because everyone's got their own thumbs up, thumbs down,
and then
1 to 5.
People, the audience, can go on the website themselves and also vote yes
positive
or no
or negative.
if they liked it out of 5 stars. And then they will take a second number and hide the real number behind a click wall where you first see a lie.
Well, it's the certified critics, and it's like, well, why aren't they all certified? But anyway, so what do the critics have it at?
56%.
And the people have it at a whopping 27.
Yes.
We liked it better than both of those numbers, personally.
Yes.
But that said, what was your least favorite scene? Now I'm at the right part.
Yeah, we're correct. Least favorite scene?
Or thing?
Probably just that, like, it was expected, but they, spoiler alert, executed the woman who came up with the idea because she immediately realized, oh, this was a terrible idea.
And tried to do something to stop it.
And they were like, no, we need this to work so we can kill all of the innocent, like,
poor people.
Just get rid of them.
But I mean, it fits for the story.
It fits, but I didn't like it.
You didn't like that it had to happen, but it made sense that it happened?
Right.
All right. I'm going to say my least favorite part was probably there was one character that they made, in my opinion, look shady. Like there was going to be like, haha, and then they're not going to notice the twist, and she's going to like actually be, and they didn't follow through with it, which makes me mad at the woman's acting because she was certainly acting suspicious. I wonder if there's some behind the scenes thing where they were going to have it happen and it didn't.
Right.
But they certainly made one character, and I'm not going to say who, but it bummed me out that I was like, oh, I don't trust her, and then nothing.
Yeah.
I will just
Definitely
say,
weird.
LaGuardia.
Yeah, LaGuardia.
And that's not what her name was in this, but
yeah.
If you know, you know.
You should know. So, now my favorite?
Yeah, that's the other one.
My favorite thing about this movie is probably that with the distrust for it, because a lot of people were like, oh, it's just like a ploy. Like, this is not true. This is not going to happen. The biggest crime that was being committed was like a bunch of 20-somethings were getting together and listening to loud music and raving and doing a lot of drugs.
And drinking.
Some
of them a little underage. Yeah.
It's like the big crime that they were like, oh, let's kill.
The majority of them was like, let's throw a party.
And it's like, okay, yeah, you'll get away with the drugs. Good job. Oh, that's like weirdly wicked innocent.
I mean, comparatively
all things considered.
My favorite was probably the leader of the gang that like was like not on my island.
Like,
he
get
was
out of here.
Vocally against it, and he was like, nope, we're just gonna keep our stuff safe and no one's gonna mess with us. And then when he realized someone he cared about was being affected poorly, he's like, load them up, let's go, we're taking people out.
We're stopping this thing.
It was violent protesting that was reasonable considering what it was trying to do.
Violence, yeah.
So
definitely.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I don't know why I added the
1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a 6.5.
6.5.
6.5.
I'm gonna say 7. It's something I would watch again.
I would watch again,
but I would watch it again if I was watching. Let me put it this way: if I was binging The Purge.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm not the first person to make that joke. I'm not trying to claim ownership of that joke, but like,
come on,
it's the perfect way to describe watching all of these movies.
It was right there. You had to.
Yeah.
So 6.5, 7. I think. I mean, it's definitely not the best one.
No.
Or the second best one.
I think it's a little better than 3.
At some parts I can agree. At some parts I liked 3 better. Yeah, it's on par with 3 for me.
1 and 2 are the best.
1 and 2 are the best. We're waiting on 4.
Yeah.
No, this is 4, so 5.
Yeah.
And the show.
But we will get to those.
We will definitely do that at some point in the future when we review those.
All right. So that's about it for that. So now throw up that cool information that we share every week.
Yes. So you can watch this show on Fact TV channel 1082, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Fridays at 7 p.m.
You can like us on Facebook. And when I say like us, I mean Fact TV and Gory Storytime. Look for them each and give them a like.
Yes. You can go to fact8.com, watch a bunch of the back episodes of this, as well as many other shows and programs and whatnot.
You can follow us on X. And we don't talk about the show at all. I'm at Craig Jakes, all one word, all lowercase.
I'm at Jiggly Fernbrain. I only tweet things that he says that I find funny and are out of context. And I haven't updated in a while because it turns out that they delete old tweets.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
It's weird. But you can still find them. You just can't scroll back to them, which is weird. I wish that they just kept them in perpetuity. Also, check out on YouTube. Just look for Gory Storytime. Two channels will come up. Mine, Gory Storytime, and Fact TV, because they publish them both. They both publish the show. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, all those good things that help push them out so that more people can see them. We don't make any money off of it because, they copyright us for the commercials almost every episode.
Almost every single time.
But it's not about that. We would really like people to be able to see our opinions. We have fun doing it. And, even if we're not making money off it, we enjoy doing it. That's why we've done it for a decade.
Give us ideas
It's been
down
over
below.
a decade now. We never celebrated that last month in March.
Yeah, March 9th made, 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 11.
No, 10.
10? Oh. Whatever.
You were 13, which was in 2014.
Oh, yeah, I'm only 23.
No, you're 24.
No, I'm not 24.
I know. See? See how stupid it sounds when you get the year wrong?
No. All right. So I've been your host, Jason.
I'm his co-host and father, Craig. And sweet dreams.